Hey guys, I'm Sai. Welcome to Ace Podcast Nation, the home of the Keepin It Real Wrestling podcast with Mr. Andrew Thompson. We are available to watch on youtube.com/Ace Podcast Nation. Please subscribe. And of course, you can download the audio versions at all the usual places. Ace Podcast Nation, loads of great shows and series featuring top guests, expert analysts, and more. So check us out. There's something for everyone, whether it's football or soccer, as the American viewers like to say, MMA and boxing, wrestling, conspiracy theories, serial killers, mental health in sport. It's just non-stop podcasts with some top guests. And of the top guests, we also have some top co-hosts. And on that note, Andrew's trashing his house.
I just broke my...
What have you broken?
The hanger, clothing hanger. I had my jeans on. I tried to pull my jeans off, and this fucking thing snapped. Great way to start off the podcast, man.
Well, at least it wasn't like your laptop or your microphone or something. But
Jesus fucking Christ! All right, what's going on, people?
I am joined by Post Wrestling's writer and interviewer. He is off to a flyer. It is Mr. Andrew. How goes it, my friend? It's been a while.
It has indeed been a while, sir. We both have been very, very busy, but nonetheless, we have found the time to record this beautiful podcast that you have started on your 1,000 subscriber podcast network. Congratulations again, legend.
Coming on 2,000 now, mate. Flying recently.
Pass me some.
Yes.
Send them over to me, man.
It's so weird the way it worked. Like, it took me like ages to build up those 1,000. Like, it felt like a struggle at some points. And then since I've done that, in the last since the 1,000, I'm already on 1,779. So it's just weird how it goes. Like, it comes in flits and drops. Like, we'll have like a month where there's loads of people joining, and then it'll go quiet for a bit. It's just the way it is. But I'm happy with the way we're building, mate. Just building it up slowly, getting the people watching and listening. It's been a lot of fun, mate. There's loads to talk about in the wrestling world. I didn't even know where to start. I'll tell you where I'm going to start. I'm going to start with last week on AEW. We obviously had that finishing of the Bullet Club reunion, if you like. It's quite interesting, but I think I might be interested in it for different reasons to maybe other people are. Like, I'm interested because I'm interested in the way they go in with them. They almost seem to be teasing a breakup of Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, because they did the way they introduced Gallows and Anderson this week with Don Callis saying the tag team champions and Kenny Omega's best friends, and then bringing out Gallows and Anderson, and the Young Bucks not really being sure about the 2-3, and they haven't fully embraced like the heel tactics that the others have, but it is coming. So I'm interested in that. What I would really love to see is if they could work out something with New Japan and add New Japan to this kind of crossover thing they're doing with Impact, because then you open up a whole avenue of stuff, particularly like Bullet Club related. There's a lot of stuff you can do there. What do you think overall, and where do you think it'll go?
Yeah, I don't know if you're Tama Tonga's latest podcast. He wasn't.
Yeah,
he wasn't too happy about them, like even referring to it as Bullet Club, because you know Omega kind of was the one that did, like, in actuality, not even a storyline, came in and made two different sections within Bullet Club, and then for him to be using like the Bullet Club slang, like the Bullet Club, like that stuff, like that type of stuff. I mean, it does make sense a lot of what Tom was saying. So I mean, and I don't think he was saying that like in storyline, I think he was being serious. No, I don't think. I think he because he called Gallows and Anderson sellouts because he said that because I remember when they were talking about coming to Japan to do Bullet Club stuff with Bullet Club in Japan, and he referred to them as sellouts because when the Young Bucks first contacted them about AEW, they still went and chose WWE because the money was there. And then and then he also referred to when Carl Anderson was on this podcast a while back, and he was just like, I can't wait to come back to Japan and reform Bullet Club and had a Bullet Club reunion. But then they turned around and called the AEW Dynamite thing a Bullet Club reunion. So I mean, I think it's like I think that's a nice blend of story and reality right there.
Yeah.
I don't think anything's gonna come of it. I think it might just be social media talk for now. But I'm interested to see what the AEW stuff does because it's a nice little dynamic there. I think the end game might be the Good Brothers versus the Young Bucks at Revolution.
Yeah,
that might be something cool. But I definitely think something within the lines of a champion versus champions matches is going to happen with double titles being on the line. It might not be the world title, it might be the tag titles, but I definitely think that AEW need to get in on Impact's women's division because AEW's women's division is kind of when I say this, I don't mean this as far as talent. I mean this just as far as like them being exposed more and stuff like that, not really having enough TV time to shine, or I guess being green, as they say. Like they need they just need more depth, man. And you got people over there like Kiera Hogan and Jordan Grace, and you got Jazz on the way. Man, AEW, they should have been hopped on Jazz just for her experience in the overall. She has TV experience. She competed on WrestleManias. Like she been all out. I think she worked all out. They should have been hopped on her. But yeah, I definitely think AEW need to either jump on that Impact bandwagon as far as the women division, and they need to just sign every woman that was on the NWA. I don't know how they ain't signed Sienna. I mean, I said Sienna, Allison Kay. It looks like Thunder Rosa, like she basically in, but she's still under contract. But I think we all can see the writing on the wall with that. Like once she get free, she gone.
Yeah, 100%. I saw.
Sorry for the long rant. I went on a tangent there.
Good. Because you go back to that Bullet Club stuff very quickly. I saw, who was it? Sean Ross Sapp, I think it was, on one of the Fightful podcasts. Might have been like the Wednesday night one, saying that what WWE should do is, while this kind of crossover thing with Bullet Club or the Elite and AEW and Impact is they should find some sort of way to group Balor, AJ, and Adam Cole together, even if it's like a moment in the Royal Rumble, and you kind of like, it makes sense that they could build on that, or like just build on the hype that surrounds it, because if you had then, like, you've got the kind of stable in AEW and the Impact, you've got the Bullet Club obviously in New Japan, why wouldn't WWE get a bit of a rub from that in some way, when we've got three big guys from it who have been heavily involved in it, three names which they've built, they've put a lot of stock into the three of them over time. I don't think they will do that, but I thought it was an interesting idea. Are you there?
Hello.
Yeah, I don't think WWE would do that.
No, you cut out for a minute, so I didn't catch that.
So basically, I just said about WWE using the guys that they've got, who've been like Adam Cole, AJ Styles, and Finn Balor, to, like, ideally, I'd like to see them all in a group together, but I don't think they would do that. But maybe even just doing like a moment in the Royal Rumble, something like that, just to kind of, why wouldn't you use the hype surrounding the Bullet Club in New Japan and what they're doing with Impact and AEW? Why wouldn't you use these big names, which you've put a lot of stock into, to create like some sort of moment or tease or whatever it may be?
Yeah, so, I mean, they might as well. I mean, I don't see nothing like wrong with that doing that. I don't think it should be some long-term thing, because I don't think that's going to turn out how they think it's going to turn out. Like, I just don't. I don't trust WWE to book something along those lines and actually make it like compelling without like running it into the ground. I think they should just lead it to something like a spot in the Royal Rumble or something like that, and just have
Yeah,
those
that'd be
three
quite cool, wouldn't it?
those three click up, and I think it'd be real cool. A real cool moment for Finn Balor because he will return as that like alpha male opposed to what he was when he was on the last on the main roster, which is I think when was the last time he was on the main roster when he got squashed by the Fiend at
Yeah.
SummerSlam. So yeah, I think that'd be like a coming full circle moment for Balor. I think that'd be real cool, and you kind of got like the former. I mean, Adam Cole was never the leader of Bullet Club,
No,
but
he was
I mean,
almost like the leader of the American part.
he was like the American part, like, and then he got kicked out by oh, and I ain't even gonna say his name, but yeah, forget that.
Funny enough, I think
Yeah,
he might end up in WWE again for whether unfortunately or fortunately, whatever you want to say. I got a feeling that they're gonna sign him up.
we
The man shall not be named.
him and Hulk Hogan shall not be. I'll say his name anyway.
God damn. But yeah, you mentioned the Fiend. We'll get to the Fiend storyline because, in my opinion, at the moment, the only storyline which the WWE is doing half decently is the Fiend and the Alexa Bliss stuff and the Roman Reigns storyline.
Fiend, the fit. Let me tell you something, bro. Let me tell you something, bro. I'm about to just stop this right now. The Fiend fell off. That thing is not interesting anymore. I'm telling you, it's not, bro.
No, it's not.
It's
It's
done.
always going to be like a bit of an offshoot and something different. Like some people will like it, some people will hate it. I like it for all the little details, and I think that's what I like.
Cause you like I don't know.
Bray Wyatt.
I was about to say something funny, but then I lost it, and I was like, it's probably not gonna be funny, so I just stopped. But the Fiend, but I haven't been interested in Bray Wyatt and not Bray Wyatt, the character. I haven't just they lost me again, bro. They lost me again. Like I was hooked, and then
So you feel sorry for Bray Wyatt, the person, like
he can't catch a break. He can't catch a break.
He recreates himself, gets hot, and then they just kill him. And like I did see something interesting on social media.
No, don't do it. Don't. I know what you're about to say. I know what you're about to say. Don't do it.
They said that Goldberg's going to beat Drew.
Never mind.
So
okay.
they basically said it because it's the one title I think he hasn't held or something like that in the WWE. And I was like, oh, for God's sake. But they then followed. I'd be so annoyed by it. But they did follow it up by saying, if you look at the pattern which Goldberg has taken over the last couple of years, is he wins the title. So he beat Kevin Owens, he beat The Fiend, and then he drops it at WrestleMania. So he beats Drew, and then The Fiend kills him at Mania. And I was like, I don't want The Fiend to have the title.
like that went well in the past.
I know. That's the one thing. Like, I mean, I love all the Fiend stuff. I love all the little details in all the different story, and I think it shows how talented and creative like Bray Wyatt is, and like Alexa Bliss has been phenomenal. But I don't want to see. I'm not even sure I want to see as much as I take pleasure in the Fiend, like squashing Goldberg in a short match at WrestleMania. Like, I don't think I want to see it because I don't want Drew to lose to Goldberg.
Oh, he losing.
I think he will as well.
He lose. I like
who's he dropped the title to then at Mania? Like, it feels like the one that does make the most sense is the Fiend. Like, when you think of the pattern that the Fiend has taken, whereby he targets people who've wronged Bray Wyatt or him.
I mean that's probably I think that's probably the best option. But like, just as far as Drew McIntyre goes, I like this is what I want people to understand. Goldberg has a 2 match per year clause in his contract. No, these 2 matches are likely what they are going to. One of them is at the Royal Rumble, and the other one is likely going to be at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
this man is not about to lose to Drew McIntyre. I'm telling you, it's just not going to happen. I think people like need to get that.
Yeah,
and they get that in their heads now because he's not going to beat him, bro. Like they're not going to have Goldberg lose a WWE title match.
It takes away from his WrestleMania match, doesn't it?
Exactly. It's what's the name? McIntyre will be okay. He should be okay. I hope he will. I don't know.
I'm sure they said that about the Fiend. and he's never quite been the same.
Hmm.
I think the one thing which they could maybe slim chance that they do is they could do an angle where whoever he's going to face at Mania costs him the title against Drew to maybe keep the title on Drew. But like when I look at what would Vince McMahon do, I feel like giving the title to Goldberg and then having someone else beat him at Mania makes the most sense. But then I think in Vince McMahon's eyes, what's the match? Go for Goldberg at WrestleMania. It's probably Roman. And I'm like, I don't really want to see that either. Like Roman's doing so well, and I'm like enjoying his stuff. Don't spoil it. What I would like to see is Jey Uso have a feud with Big E and win the Intercontinental title. Big E move on to face Roman Reigns.
I think I saw that. I think I saw it on Twitter.
And then
somebody said that. Yeah,
Alice
that's a good
Black
idea.
come and feud with Jey Uso over the Intercontinental title. That would be ideal because I think SmackDown's been pretty good recently.
SmackDown is like day and night from Raw. Like Raw, but I can barely stay up for Raw sometimes.
It's hard, man. It's like I say, I love the Fiend stuff, but that's the only reason I watch Raw is for that. And what I've started doing is I'll wake up in the morning because obviously I don't watch it live. I watch it first thing Monday morning, like Tuesday morning. So what I do is I have a quick search on Twitter. I'll type in the Fiend or Alexa Bliss or something, see if they've been on, and then if they haven't been on there or there's nothing to do with them, I'll kind of search Retribution. If there's nothing on about them, I'll kind of go, oh, okay. I'll watch that maybe later in the week, or I'll just watch the clips on YouTube because there's nothing in there which really interests me, which is frustrating because I really like watching Matt Riddle work. I like the Hurt Business, but the way they tell stories on Raw is killing those characters. Like Retribution could be so cool and interesting, and they've just killed them with the way they've turned story. Like you mentioned a minute ago about how they beat stuff into the ground. They beat Retribution and Ricochet into the ground and then did nothing with it. Like Ricochet just said, no, I'm not joining them. No, I'm not joining them. They kept doing the match. He still didn't join. They still didn't force him to join. They didn't have a stipulation where he had to join if he lost the match. They didn't kidnap him. Like nothing happened. And then they just moved on. And it's like, why have I just watched 7 weeks of Ricochet versus one person from Retribution for nothing? I want that. If they do a draft post Mania, I would like to see Retribution go to SmackDown. I think they could do something with Retribution. They just need to do it.
No more drafts, please. No more drafts.
I just want to get all the people I like off Raw. I think it's my aim because Raw is real bad at the moment.
Bro, like the thing is, Retribution, they can really be a good group, but I think it starts from the top down. Like they have to make Mustafa Ali seem like a real threat. That's the only way the group. If he's presented as such, then the group will be automatically good. Like I think you kind of see that with it was just at the top of my head. I think it was I can't remember who I was just thinking about, but it is another pro wrestler group out there right now, and they're and I kind of compared it to not in the sense that they're the same, but more so if you book the person who's presented as a leader as strong, the entire group will look strong, and that's kind of the same with that would happen with the Dark Order when Brody Lee came in. Like that group was kind of like like I didn't really care for it too much, and then he came in and immediately changed that whole direction for that group, and then especially when he won the TNT title, it just made them seem like even a bigger threat as a group as a whole. And now they're just like, and now they're just like, I think they're rolling all cylinders now. But so the same thing could easily be done for Retribution. Like it's nothing to put the US or the what titles on the US titles on Raw?
US title.
Yeah, it ain't nothing to put that on Ali. And I'm telling you, if they do that and just make him seem like a real threat, the whole group will just look good. I'm telling you, it's literally that simple. I promise you, it's that simple.
But like Dio Madden and Shane Thorne could be really a good tag team to put in the tag team division as well, or even Dio Madden and Donovan Dijakovic. But
say his name.
Dijakovic. But like they could though, couldn't they? Like a combination of them, those three could be a good tag team to add to that division.
But they need to let Mia Yim out of that group, bro. Like, let her out of that group, please.
They should have just when that group came in, she should have gone straight to the top of the women's division, and she could have been something real special, and they've just ruined it.
But they need to let her go back to NXT. You see Mercedes Martinez back in NXT, and she doing really she doing some good stuff on NXT. So they just need to let Mia Yim go back, because but it's like she's just there. Like they don't have any plans for her to like wrestle or like be involved in the women's division. You could easily add her to the women's division, but they.
Do you think she's up there because of Keith Lee though, as well?
No, because they all in Florida.
Yeah, I suppose there's that. They're all in the same place, I suppose, aren't they?
Yeah, they all in the same place.
You mentioned the Dark Order. It's going to be interesting what they do with the Dark Order going forward. Number one, they have to be the.
Hey, I'm telling you, don't look. So I had this idea, right? You know how they got Brody's son? They celebrating his birthday next week, right?
All right, okay.
I'm telling you, they celebrate. They take, first of all, they taking care of him. So shout out to AEW. That's real big. And they celebrating his birthday on Dynamite. So I was thinking that the Dark Order should, and not in a way to where I don't want them to be like using John Huber's name like in this, but I feel like it could be a real solid segment if the Dark Order could use Brody Jr. to guilt trip Adam Page into joining the Dark Order, and not in that sense of them using John's name, but more so of like, oh, you gonna say no to the kid? You really gonna say no to the kid? You can like have him ask Adam Page to join it, because that's the stipulation. Well, not the stipulation, but next week
after the match.
Yeah, he's gonna address it at the match, and I think it would be real cool if they brought out Brody Jr. and be like, so if you say no, you basically saying no to the kid, right? Like you gonna say no to him, right? And then I think that'll be something real cool. But I think Adam Page as a new leader of the Dark, but I think that'll be real decent right there.
I think it could be quite hot, and I think as well, like
they're
gonna have to turn him babyface, aren't they?
Nah, I just want to ask you like real quick, like you kind of understand what I was saying, like with the guilt, not necessarily guilt trip, but like you know what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, the thing with it is like they've got to turn the Dark Order babyface.
They can't be heels. It's impossible.
So Adam Page is already arguably one of the most over baby faces in AEW anyway. So I also think like an interesting or a way they could go is have him take over and then kind of be like, we're gonna do things like a certain way, or we're gonna behave. But do you know what I mean? Like, and him be the catalyst to them being more babyface like. I don't know, or whether but then they could easily stay the same. Like, I think they'll probably just be more like they are on Being the Elite than what they were on the program, like on the TV. Because prior to John Huber's death, they effectively on BTE they were very like themselves and babyfacious and quite entertaining and funny. But then on TV they'd still be using like quite heelish tactics, like attacking and distractions and things like that. So I don't think it's too much work to make them baby faces, if that makes sense. Like, they don't have to have a massive change, but it'll be interesting where they go with them, because people are going to automatically get behind them. And then if you do add Adam Page to the group, you all like, he's already popular as well. So it will be really interesting to see what they do. Do you think we could potentially see like a Dark Order led by Adam Page versus the Elite and Gallows and Anderson in that Blood and Guts match?
I don't think that's what they going. I think it might be more so the Lucha Bros might be involved. Might be Mott's Lucha Bros, and then you know throwing in whatever combination you want in there, and then
Ah,
it'll be the elite. I think that's probably more the more likely direction that they go as far as
yeah, like
blood and guts. But
I think the Dark
I
Order is
definitely think that that blood and guts match is gonna happen though.
yeah, me too. I think like the Dark Order led by Adam Page. The one problem you've got is maybe the members, like they're not big enough names to go against Omega and the Young Bucks and
Against
sorry, bro, it's
no no
my accent.
no that's fine. I do the same thing. I do like against. I
But you know,
said.
do you see what I mean? Like it's they're not quite like on the same level, are they? So it's like
Mm-hmm.
almost like Adam Page and then some guys who are kind of lower down on the card, whereas Moxley and the Lucha Bros and whoever, Pac and Adam Page, say they're like more on the level, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd be interested to see what they do with the Dark Order. But I think are we agreed that we think Adam Page is gonna take over the Dark Order as leader, or
Yeah,
over it properly?
reluctantly, slow burn it. Like no, because
He's not gonna just go, I'm gonna join next week and that's it.
I think they should do it slow because like I'm not matter of fact go ahead because like you don't want to start like you know keep like I mean you want to keep John Huber's name alive within AEW and I think they always gonna do that but like as far as like them like because I like the media thought that came to my head was Adam Page not wanting to assume that position because of who was formerly in that
Yeah.
position. You know what I'm saying? And like, but I don't want them to like keep you know what I'm saying? Keep like using his like I mean, but I think it just all to be a matter of like what it will play off like on TV. Like like to me right now, it don't sound like a smooth idea, but like I don't know. Other people might like it, some people might not like it.
Yeah, it's going to be tricky. They're going to
Yes,
have to.
it's tricky, bro. It's yeah.
I think feel like they're going to almost have to be like quite careful with how they do it, which I know they will because of the circumstances. But it's going to be tricky for them.
Yeah, because you know what I'm saying. You don't want to start like
Yeah.
getting too much into like it's yeah. I know what you're saying.
What did you make of Eddie Kingston versus Pac match? I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was a solid match. I just watched Dynamite last night. It was a solid opener to a match.
Enjoyed it.
Pac needs to get more praise because he didn't had like the longest layoff and he came back at like it's nothing. Like he didn't lose a step. Like I really I think he gonna win the TNT championship this year. I think he should. I think he should be TNT champion this year.
Kingston win it though as well. So it's
Yeah, you can't go wrong with Eddie either. I mean, I mean that's a good thing that AEW has. You have options that can be presented as legit champions. So I mean, they
yeah, there's a lot. Even Miro as well is another one who could be vying for that title. There's
can we talk about Jade Cargill? I'm telling you, she up next, bro.
she's great.
She's up next, bro. She looks like a superstar. Legit looks like one.
Talk as well, which outside
She is tall.
I feel like some of the women on the AEW roster, the mic work has not always been the strongest, and apart from Brett, but I feel like Jade is superb. Like right down, even that first promo, you could tell straight away she had the gift of the gab. She had this incredible talent for the microphone.
But she just needs like more like. I'm interested to see her wrestle, and I know she's been training. I know she trained with she trained with she did some work, not trained, but did some work with Jazz.
She looks believable, man.
And then she has a presence. So she's I think she's going to be just. I think that in the years to come, they can kind of build that division around her and Anna Jay. That's going to be their future. Yeah. Like of course Britt Baker's always gonna be a main player as long as she with the AEW, but I feel like I'm talking about like as far as future talents go, like I feel like they kind of got their two top names with Jade and Anna Jay, because Anna Jay and she's really good. Like she got like the facials and
I like her. I found it really entertaining.
She's really, Anna Jay is really good, and then they got Serena Deeb too. But Serena Deeb is so good, bro.
Yeah, she's been incredible since she's come in. Like she's had a phenomenal 12 months or so in just in wrestling generally. She's been so good.
for
Um,
years.
yeah, but like just I feel like this last year people have taken notice, like for the first time in a while. Not
Yeah,
that she's,
cause she was coaching at the WWE Performance Center for so long.
but yeah, she's super talented. She's so smooth in the ring. I really enjoy her
Oh,
work.
you might know what's so funny about that match she had with Ty Conti on
Mm,
Dynamite.
go on.
She trained Ty Conti when she came into the Performance Center.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
That's yeah, of course, because they would have been there. Same time.
that's funny.
So Darby Allin retained his TNT title. Who do you think will be the next challenger? Do you think Ricky Starks maybe?
Yeah, you can't go wrong with Ricky Starks, bro. You genuinely can't go wrong with him at all. But this whole thing with Sting, bro, like I need to see something like I need Team Taz to beat the hell out of him next week. 'Cause, like he been making them look like fools for like the
Yeah,
past 7 weeks. Like
he just back off every time he
bro,
comes.
it's time. Like he either need to get a beat down or like he can't
They
keep.
need to do something, doesn't
Yeah,
it? To get
they need to do something to like come on. Like they should know whenever they come near Darby at this point, Sting's gonna be there. So I think they need to just set the trap and then like Sting need to take it. But I don't know what Sting's physical condition is like. So I don't know how that's gonna work out. But
yeah, maybe they'd have to do something off screen. So like, and then just leave him like someone just finds him laying and there's
yeah,
something. But I'm not sure. Like he threw some bat shots this week and. I don't know. This was my problem bringing him in. Is
how old is he?
Sting? I'm not 100% sure. He's got to be
He's
close
60, right?
to 60. Yeah, got to be close to it. So he's born in 1959. He is 61.
Jesus Christ, this motherfucker 61.
Come on, bro. It's time to let go.
But that's old. Like
Yeah,
I ain't saying nobody shouldn't be able to do what they want to do, but he's 61.
especially when you like I said to you when he first came in, like that visual of him collapse into the floor and not being able to get up in the Seth Rollins match. That was
Only
quite
five.
upsetting to see, man.
What was that? 5 years ago?
Yeah, no, I don't even think it was that long, was it? Do you think?
Yeah, it was 5 years ago, 2015, right?
Yeah, 2015. You are right. Time flies.
Well, 6 years ago. Now.
Yeah. So yeah, it seems like
5-6 years ago.
just defeated by Rollins. August
2015.
15, yeah.
Mm.
Like that was quite a distressing thing to see, and I don't know. I don't know, mate. I'm not sold on it. I don't know if they like. Yes, it was an amazing moment, him coming out and stuff. Is he doing that much to help Darby Allin, like as a character and stuff? I'm not sure. Like, if they had someone else giving him backup, would it be that much less than? I know it's Sting, but it's.
I wanted to explain what his interest in Darby is. Like, why is he so
Yeah,
invested
they
in
haven't really
Darby?
explained that, have they? They've just they both got face paint, so let's be. It could be that, couldn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like, they haven't really explained it, but it is what it is, I suppose. What do you making of the Inner Circle recently?
I have nothing positive to say about Chris Jericho. So if you want to go that route, if you want to go there, we can go there. But I'm not.
Let's go there. Look, first of all, we'll start with the Inner Circle as characters. How's
no,
I feel like they've lost a lot of steam.
The Inner Circle. Well, I mean, just say Chris Jericho and Jay Hager, they don't get judged as characters for me. They get judged as just who they are. So if we talking about them, then
What about the rest of them then? Like
okay, yeah, we can talk about the rest of them. I think it's time for. Well, no. Matter of fact, I don't think they should lead the group. I think they should stay in the group. But I think I know they're doing the match next week where the winners get to be the official tag team.
Yeah, they better win.
Yeah, if they lose. Matter of fact, I think it could be interesting if they do lose because it'll just be like maybe they've been too focused on the group and they need to leave the group to refocus and stuff like that. I think that could be an interesting little dynamic right there.
I can't remember if I said it to you or someone else. I thought it'd be really interesting if like they aligned with Eddie Kingston. I feel like that would be quite cool. But
Eddie Kingston already has Butcher and Blade.
Butcher and the Blade, who they've suddenly become interesting. Now they're with Eddie Kingston, which shows if you give someone like a good mouthpiece or someone interesting with them, it can help them a lot, because I could not have given less of a shit about Butcher and Blade before they were with Eddie Kingston. And now they've changed up their look a bit. The one of them has lost a load of weight. They just seem more interesting. It's a weird one. What have you been making of NXT recently?
I think they were putting on like quality product. I'm interested in what NXT do. I think that Finn Balor versus Kyle O'Reilly match was real decent. I like the recent one they had. I think that was real solid. It's gonna be interesting to see where they go for the what was that Valentine's Day takeover. Like I think they're gonna give it the
Valentine's Day Massacre.
Yeah, exactly. It is. I think that's I think that's where they're gonna brand it. I think that's gonna be cool. Like we talking about the match card for that. I think we probably gonna get I can see. Yeah, of course. Yeah, Balor and Pete, or a 3-way, Balor, Riley, and then I think we are gonna get Candice actually beating EO this time.
Yeah,
I think that's gonna happen, because I think they're gonna do a match with Raquel somewhere down the line, but I think it's gonna be before Takeover, and I think Candice gonna be the one to actually beat EO this time, and they're gonna do the whole thing with her and Johnny Gargano, and I saw one of the funny things that come to my head was when they've been calling Indie Hartwell indie wrestling. I was like, that's real clever right there.
What do you think make of the Dusty Classic this year?
Desmond Xavier and Zachary Wentz debuted.
Yeah, so what they called MST.
Wesley and Nash Carter.
Yeah, I don't know their names, like, it's so weird. What's the name of the tag team? MST, is it?
MSK.
MSK. What does that mean?
They haven't announced it yet. I don't think they know. It just sounds cool.
Do you think they'll win the Dusty Classic?
No.
Do you think the grizzled young veterans are going to win?
They should. Yes. They should. That's my favorite tag team.
Yeah, they should beat Adam Cole and
one of my favorite tag teams.
Final.
They should. The grizzled young veterans got it.
Good final.
They have outgrown NXT UK.
Yeah, they need to be over here full time. There's a few in the NXT UK though.
And they got the women's Dusty Cup too.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting, because the NXT women's division is so deep.
Who are the tag team champions right now? Charlotte and Asuka.
No,
Charlotte and Asuka.
Yeah, because they beat Shayna, didn't they? And
but when was the last time Asuka defended her title?
5 months ago.
Jesus Christ!
Ridiculous, isn't it? They're just waiting.
I remember me and you talked about this. We talked about this a couple of times, but they always view Asuka. We talked about how they always treat Asuka like as a placeholder champion. Like they always know they can rely on her, but at the same time they have nothing like of substance for her. It's like we in a rut right now, so let's put the title on her.
Yeah, it's frustrating. They just don't treat her with any respect.
And she's really good.
She got the title. She's amazing. She's one of the best workers in the world.
Yeah,
male or female. And I'm sad because it feels like they're just waiting until Charlotte's ready to challenge, and then Charlotte will just beat her, and it's like, ugh. But I guess it is what it is. So the first women's tag team announced, or two of the first women's tag team announced for the Dusty Cup is you've got Indy. No, sorry.
It's Indy and Candice.
Shotzi and Ember Moon. Candice and Indy Hartwell, and Casey Catanzaro and
Caden Carter.
Caden Carter, that's it, yeah.
And then Mercedes Martinez and Tony Storm.
Ah, okay. Is that just all the ones they've named? Yeah, Tony Storm, Mercedes Martinez.
I hope that's not it.
Yeah, but they've got such a deep women's division. I'm not surprised that they've got.
The tournament start next week though.
Yeah, they're gonna have to.
They're gonna have to push out some names.
I wish with the Dusty Cup though, I do wish they would do what they did with like the cruiserweight tournament and the other tournament and the Mae Young Classic, where they brought in some indie wrestlers. I'd love to see some popular indie tag teams come in, but it's also a good way to give some guys who don't get on TV every week a bit of a spotlight, I guess, as well. So
that's what some of the men's Dusty Classic matches taking happening on 205 Live. Bro, I swear I forgot 205 Live was a thing.
Yeah, me too.
Bro, but do you remember those days like when they had like at least
putting on bangers every week?
Bro, it was a great main event every. It was a great match on that show every week. Literally every week. Like they never missed. It was something on that show that you had to see every week. It's crazy how like bad that show has fell off.
Yeah, it's crazy. What do you make of the Xia Li stuff?
I'm holding out judgment on it.
Who do you think the woman, the boss lady woman, is going to be?
How you know it's a woman?
Looks like a woman.
How did you know that?
Wasn't there a woman with a mask, like sat on a like a throne type thing?
That could be anybody though.
Yeah, I suppose. I saw someone on social media say that they think it's going to be. I'm going to pronounce her name wrong. Satomura.
Ooh.
Which I thought was quite interesting.
That'd be good. That'd be crazy if that's Mako Satomura. I think that'd be
real, like, interesting, wouldn't it? Because she signed to some sort of WWE deal, isn't she?
She is with WWE.
So,
but they said she was going to NXT UK. But I think that'll be a nice little swerve right there. That instantly add credibility to Xia.
I wish they would do that more. Like announce, like say if a sign-in leaks, say they're signing, they go into NXT UK or they go
to Raw, SmackDown,
and then send them somewhere else.
Yeah. So
you still can get that kind of surprise, like. But I think that would be quite a good fit for her to be in that role with the Xia Li thing. It's interesting. I'll give it that. But yeah, it's like you're just waiting to see how it goes. To wrap up, mate, should we go with some TNA predictions for what's it called Hard Kill? No.
Yes, sir. Let's do it. Oh yeah, I did want like what you think about Sonya Deville taking on the GM role. Looks like she's taking on the GM role. I think that's real cool. I wasn't expecting to be her back. I wasn't expecting to see her back so soon.
No, I'm glad that she's in there. Is providing that it's like she wants to be back, and it's not Dave said to her, "We want you back." Like, do you see what I mean? Like, as long as she's happy to come back after everything she went through, then that's good. I'm disappointed though also that she's not going to be wrestling or seemingly not going to be wrestling because she's so talented and I felt like they
she lost the match though.
She had to leave. I know, but they just wasted her as a wrestler. Like she could have been a title hold. You know, she could have been the main eventer. She's that talented, and they kind of just, as they've done with so many people, might unfortunately kind of wasted her. But yeah, I find it interesting that she's the GM.
And Scrap Iron coming back, man. Let's go. Let's see that I'm amped about. I'm amped to see Adam Pearce if he actually. I hope this not like some bait and switch. Like I really hope that he's actually like gonna get a chance to because I'm curious to see like if he can still go. It's been a minute, so I'm curious to see if he can still go. And then
it's a weird one,
but they yeah I was you I was about to say you can stress, but I just want to say that but I kind of like what they did with Shinsuke last week too. I think I think it's time, bro, to give him back his old theme. It's time.
I think I said to you, didn't I? Like the first show when they have like a full house should be the first show he comes back with that music.
No, I don't remember you saying that. I remember I said that. I remember you saying that.
Oh, you're stealing my ideas, brother. Yeah, I'm glad Sonya's back though, and SmackDown's been real good as well lately. It's only Raw which is letting the side down, unfortunately. Okay, so NXT, Impact Wrestling, Hard Kill.
Oh
Saturday
wait,
night.
did you see Wrestle Kingdom? Did you get to see Wrestle Kingdom?
I haven't seen a lot of it. I've seen little bits of it. I haven't seen a lot of it yet. I just haven't had time because all my kids are off homeschooling and I just haven't got the time.
That Kota
What
Ibushi
would you
J
recommend to me?
that Kota Ibushi Jay White match is amazing. That's gonna be match of
Oh,
the year.
Jay White. That's
That's
what I was going to ask you about.
yeah. It's a work.
It's a work,
It's a
isn't
work,
it?
bro. Like, come on. Like, no, I mean, it's a good work. I think they're doing it a real good job. But Jay White is like literally being advertised all over Tokyo for that show on the March 4th. They got him promoted all over that thing. But
I was
like,
under the impression he had
it,
like 2 or 3 years left on his deal.
I think he does. Like, I don't think I think it's just like a really good work because Jay White is like really good. He's like really, he might be the best heel in wrestling. Like he legit might be. And
Yeah.
like that match he had with Ibushi, bro, that's gonna hold up at the end of the year. That's gonna be one of the people's top matches. It was long, but it was like real quick. It was like you know it's one of those matches that was real long, but you didn't know it was that long.
Yeah, yeah.
They almost went an hour. Like it was crazy. It was
Wow.
really that good. And I think they doing a real good job with playing the story that he might be leaving and taking him off the roster page. Cause like, bro, like the thing was like they never take anybody off that roster page. Like Alex Shelley's still up there, Jay Lethal's up there, the Briscoes
Yeah,
are up
yeah.
there.
So they
Like,
taken him off.
but they took Jay White off. Like, come on now. So like I think they're doing a real good job with building that. Like it's getting a lot of people talking about New Japan. They carry and then they didn't announce them for any the tour coming up. Tour coming up, so they didn't announce them for anything on that. So I think that's cool. It's gonna be interesting to see how they bring them back though. What they do with them because like because what was crazy was the crowd kind of the crowd at New Year's Dash they were kind of cheering for Jay White. It was
Yeah.
weird. Like they were cheering for him. It was crazy, but
Okay.
not but they were like showing him like give him like a round of applause and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he's supposed to be like the nasty heel, and they were like appreciative of him. Like it was like a weird. It was a weird dynamic, bro. It's like, but I mean that's like the American fans and Japanese fans are different. I think,
So different, isn't it?
yeah, Japanese fans get kind of like more respectful of just the art and the
Yeah,
storytelling
like
and stuff like that. So maybe that's the dynamic. But I mean, maybe American fans would have did the same thing. You never know. But I think if Jay White was in America, I don't think he would be getting booed. No, I think he would. I think he would. I think he would because he's that good. So
yeah.
yeah.
The only thing which made me maybe second guess myself in terms of is there anything in the Jay White story was that a couple of like reputable um journalists said that WWE had an interest within
Yeah, I mean, because like,
Jay, but they
I
would
mean,
have an interest in him, wouldn't they? Because he's one of the best heel. Well, he's the
I mean,
best heel
because
alive.
like, even Kyle O'Reilly did an interview, and I covered this in my update. Kyle O'Reilly did an interview, and he was like, if I could have anybody that's not signed right now to come to, I mean, if I could have anybody from any other place right now to come and be in the company, it would be Jay White.
Yeah, yeah,
Like and of course people won't speak highly of him because I don't think Jay White. Number one, Jay White's not a dumbass. I remember when he was when he was sitting by Kevin Kelly, and Kevin Kelly is he's had his moments. I'm gonna just say that. And Jay White was wearing the Black Lives Matter shirt on the NJPW Strong show right next to Kevin Kelly. So 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 yeah. Nah, Jay White a good dude, man. He seemed like a real good dude. So I mean, whatever he do, like he deserves to get whatever coming his way.
yeah,
Like if he want if indeed he does have a option to leave, I think he should. If he could get whatever money he can, I think everything should go for it. But he's only 28. Like, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? He already wrestles the WWE style if that's what he chooses to go.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
I
But
don't.
but definitely if he does leave, New Japan is going to be hurt because that's their top heel, man. I think you can always lose a top baby face.
Yeah,
I think it'll hurt always losing a top baby face, but you can recover and build up the next one. Building up a legit heel, that's
good point.
rough, bro. That is rough. And he's like the cream of the crop when it comes to that. Like, so New Japan been through the bank at Jay if that is the case. But I think it's just a work. I think he gonna pop up at the probably pop up in the New Japan Cup. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
so
It's gonna be interesting. I love a bit of Jay White, me, but
he's good, man.
I don't begrudge anyone getting everything which they have worked hard.
Get the money, bro. Get the money.
Go to WWE and make a load of money. Then good for him.
Get the money. But if they do bring the WWE, just no NXT, please.
Yeah, straight in
No,
SmackDown.
no. Bro. Raw needs somebody. They need
Drew McIntyre straight away.
But yes, bro. Like they need some like I feel like I think like
get rid of this Goldberg shit.
But I feel like him going to
Jay White
SmackDown.
in there
I
straight
feel
away.
like him going to SmackDown would just like overcrowd. Like
Yeah, possibly.
I mean, I don't think it would be bad, but I think it's like nah, not right
I
now.
just don't want anyone I like to go to Raw. That's why I'm
But
trying
like-
to get people away from Raw.
But like if he does go, he should be like instantly built as a top name, like instantly. Like no going through the whole cycle of people don't know who this guy is, bro. We all know who Jay White is. Come on now, we know who he is. Like, and I'm pretty sure it'd be so easy for those who don't know who he is. Oh, that's the guy who just dropped Drew McIntyre on his first night.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's
Like
literally
when
that simple, bro.
Kevin Owens took out John Cena on his first night. It's a big impact,
bro. It's the most simple formula in the world.
For sure. People believe
Who you want them to believe.
How you portray people.
It's literally that simple, bro. I promise you, it's that simple. Like if they want to Ricochet to be a top name, if they want to Ricochet, he could be a top name, bro. I'm telling you, it's literally that simple,
and
bro.
He should be. So Hard to Kill is on Saturday night.
Yeah.
Impact Wrestling. Brian Myers versus Josh Alexander I think that's on the pre-show. Brian Myers going to win that, mate.
Yeah, because he just signed a new contract. I mean, he like officially signed with them, so I think they're gonna give him a nice W for start that off.
And then we've got an intergender tag team match, which is the reunited Decay versus Tennille Dashwood and Caleb.
I'm gonna go Rosemary and Crazy Steve.
Yeah, it'd be weird to make them lose just after they've got back together. The Karate Man versus Ethan Page, which has already been filmed because it's basically Ethan Page versus himself.
I wonder where he's gonna go. I wonder where he's gonna go next after this.
Do you think he's WWE bound?
This is his last match.
Yeah. Where do you think would suit him the most? Very quickly.
I feel like if he go to WWE, he gonna be more along the lines of like a comedy act. Like if he go to AEW, he gonna have like a little bit of wiggle room.
Yeah, he'll still kind of see how he goes, won't they?
Yeah.
And they're more likely to pivot if something's not working than beat it into the ground. Who do you think's going to win, Karate Man or Ethan Page? I'm assuming the
Karate Man. Yeah.
Eddie Edwards versus Sami Callihan in a barbed wire massacre.
I think Sami gonna win.
Yeah, I think he's recently signed a new contract with him.
Yeah, but not because of that. I just think that's just the way that.
I think that they're going to build him back up to
world title.
World title. Eric Young, Cody Deaner, Joe Doring versus Cousin Jake, Rhino, and Tommy Dreamer in a old school 6-man tag team match.
Eric Young's going to win that for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. Women's title match. This is going to be good. Deonna Purrazzo versus Taya Valkyrie.
I think Deonna will retain, and I think
is she signed full time to Impact, Deonna?
Yeah, she is. But I think Taya's contract is coming up. So,
with John Morrison.
I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't be surprised, and that's not a bad thing. I'm pretty sure they would love to have her in there. She's bilingual too.
Good addition.
She's bilingual, bro. Like that's like a part. Well, I'm just looking at it from my perspective. If I was like running a business, like running a wrestling company, you could do so much with somebody that's bilingual, and you can market them to so many different. Like you can have the American audience, and you can brand them as a top name when you go to Mexico as well. Like this, you can't beat that. You really can't.
Sure. 100%, mate. I completely agree. I think she'd be a good pickup, and I think Deonna Purrazzo will win this. Manic versus Chris Bay versus Rohit Raja in a triple threat. Raju, sorry, in a triple threat Impact X Division title match.
TJP, another one that made himself like a dumbass. That's who Manic is. TJP.
I've got no time for TJP. Sorry, Chris Bay's gonna win this. I hope.
Nah, I don't think Chris Bay gonna win. He should win, but I don't think he gonna win. I think they gonna
He's got
put
a bit
it.
of steam lately.
Chris Bay always has steam, bro. But
Mm.
I think they gonna have Manic retain.
Okay. Rich Swan, Chris Sabin, and Moose now as Alex Shelley's out versus Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers with Don Callis.
That's just such a blow to that match, man.
Yeah, what's up with him?
They just said unavoidable circumstances. So, but I mean, when you look, they could have, they easily could have chose somebody like better athletically or more exciting. But I think it just works within the story because Moose has been literally targeting Rich Swann for like the past 3 months. So I mean, it only makes sense that he would cost them the match. Like, yeah. This is not. It's not as exciting, but it makes sense, bro. Like I like for I think the people who like were like really like, oh wow, Moose. I just think they don't watch Impact, so they don't know. Like they just think this is a random person. Like, but he's literally been calling out Rich Swann and trying to get at the world title for like 3-4 months now. So I mean, it only makes sense, bro.
And there's no way Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers are losing.
Oh yeah, that ain't happening.
And then the final match we've got is Havoc and Navarra versus Kiara Hogan and Tasha Steelz for the Impact Tag Team titles.
Yeah, man. Kiara and Tasha should win. They should win. They should win.
Yes, they should.
But you got to see them. They are like two of the most charismatic.
I don't know much about Tasha, but Kiara Hogan is super talented.
And then D'Lo and Matt Striker are gonna be on commentary going forward.
Thank the Lord.
Josh Matthews got promoted and he signed a new contract.
Bro,
He the senior producer, something like that, senior video producer, something. And D'Lo and Matt Striker taking over commentary, and Madison Reigns stepping away from wrestling.
Okay. Josh Matthews is one of the reasons why I sometimes struggle with Impact. I just find his commentary puts me off, mate.
He just like you can just tell that he was like trained by Michael Cole.
Yeah.
Like you could just tell, but I mean he just doesn't seem like genuinely excited about much. Like he's like forced excitement.
Yeah,
like, he'd be like it's the Motor City Machine Guns.
Do we see the Young Bucks at Hard to Kill?
No, not now.
Not yet. I don't think. Not until they do the split between them and the Good Brothers. I don't think.
So what do you think? I definitely think it's going to be an interpromotional match at Revolution.
Who do you think Kenny Omega's going to side with, the Bucks or the Good Brothers?
Good Brothers.
Do you really?
Yeah. So who do you I definitely think it's going to be an interpromotional match at Hard to Kill with the double titles. Who do you think it's going to be? Like I don't think it's going to be Omega and Swan. I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's probably going to be the Bucks and the Good Brothers.
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense for that.
And the Bucks hold the
story, and in terms of like
Bucks hold the double titles.
Yeah, for a little bit, and then they'll drop them or they'll give them that.
Dropping the Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah, they might even go and be surprised to see him like just vacate him. There's ways to do it. Right, my friend, I've got to shoot. Tell the people where they can find your stuff.
I just wanted people to go subscribe to Ace Podcast Nation YouTube channel. Go do that.
Gentlemen. Andrew Thompson Interviews, youtube.com/Andrew Thompson Interviews. Check out Andrew's stuff. He's phenomenal interviews recently, and I've really, really enjoyed them. I love it. He has some of the best wrestling interviews on the internet. Check him out. You can follow this show at Keepin It Real. I tend to only post the shows on there, and I'll put some like wrestling takes on there now and again. Follow Ace Podcast Nation, subscribe to Ace Podcast Nation. We'll be back soon, hopefully next week. In the meantime, Andrew, it's a pleasure as always, my friend.
Peace, my guy.
You are a legend in your own lunchtime. Peace out, my friend.